the Cintas Center. It's the next step for Xavier and DePaul, building belief in the Big East. Xavier has felt that progress the most often in this building, but DePaul is on the way up. The Blue Demons, with a stingy defense, on track for their best conference record since 2007. These two already played 4 weeks ago. DePaul's win in Chicago, the difference in the standings right now. Top 5 get a bye in the Big East tournament, both certainly in that mix still. It is great to have you with us. Jack Kaiser alongside Nick Baugh. All right, these two playing a few weeks ago, and DePaul had enough offense to get the win in that game. But Xavier in this building, different animal.
Yeah, Xavier has really figured out how to maximize their transition offense. And you said it, in this building, they're really electric getting up and down the floor. So that transition defense is going to get tested. But DePaul, in the first game against the X-Men, 86 points, 50% from the floor. They're going to need their offense here today.
Certainly will. Xavier scoring 90 a game at home over the last 3 as we check out our starting lineups brought to us by Jeep. There's only one. CJ Gunn coming off screens for DePaul. He is a problem, but Trey Carroll, he might be the biggest problem in the Big East right now.
27 points per game over his last 4 contests. He is the biggest mismatch in the conference right now, and his confidence is sky high, so DePaul's got to slow him down.
Chris Holtmann doing a terrific job his second year leading this DePaul program. He said first several years as a coach, you're living and dying with every possession at Ohio State and Butler. There's a certain level of gratitude that comes with the rebuild at DePaul. As for Richard Pitino, his first season coming from New Mexico, he really likes their pace over the last month. They are the fastest playing team in the Big East.
You could make a case these two teams have grown as much as anybody since November 1st, and really since about January 1st. These two teams have really started to round into form. Do it a little bit different. I think Xavier obviously is going to want a higher pace game, higher scoring game, but DePaul's going to have to slow things down on this end.
Certainly. They did have success on offense as CJ Gunn goes down. We've already got a scrum. 18 seconds in, it'll go Xavier's way. But DePaul got to the line a bunch the first game, and you have to feel like that's a major point of emphasis for them today.
Yeah, 31 free throw attempts in the first matchup for the Blue Demons against Xavier. And playing without fouling has really been challenging for Milicevic. He's got the ball now, and Borovichinen of late as well.
Here's Milicevic, nice shot fake. Borovichinen, those two playing catch, 3 short. And the rebound ripped away by Teo Pierre-Justin.
You're going to see that a lot, though, Jack. Stretching N.J. Benson all the way to the three-point line, trying to guard Milicevic. He did a good job running him off the line. Didn't get burned with the kick-out 3 to Borovichinen.
Xavier has 5 shooters out there pretty much all the time.
Yeah, offensively, it's a talented group.
Pierre-Justin rolls it home. DePaul on the board.
He's another one of the Blue Demons that are really starting to settle in. Got his feet wet a year ago and comfortable in Chris Holtmann's system, playing at a higher level.
Trey Carroll, that little push shot comes up short. Here comes DePaul.
You see that double team came, though. Kind of file that in your brain if a double team's going to be coming often with Carroll.
And a turnover to give it back to Xavier. That's what DePaul's plan is today, to throw 2 at Trey Carroll. I mean, you have to with the way he's scoring right now.
He has hit that point where if you don't send multiple bodies at him, he's going to get 25 or 30. That's how efficient and confident he is playing right now.
28 points a game over the last 4 for Trey Carroll, the top scorer in the Big East. On the drive, 2 and a foul. Milicevic.
What gets him into foul trouble on one end, Milicevic, allows him to flourish on the others. That he's really a 4-man playing a small ball 5, and it's just hard for these other centers, Jack, to get out to the 3-point line, be able to defend the catch and shoot 3, or in that case, putting it on the deck a few times. His versatility really unlocks a lot for Xavier's offense.
When he's been on the floor, he's scored a bunch the last 5, but he only played 10 minutes. Ooh, that is a hard fall for N.J. Benson.
Man. That'll wake you up on a Saturday afternoon.
It's on Borovichinen. But Milicevic only played 10 minutes the last time these two faced off.
Milicevic has fouled out in 5 of the last 7 games. You and I were talking. I'm not sure I've ever really seen anything quite like that.
That's crazy.
It is. Neither did Richard Pitino, by the way.
Yeah.
He wants to see here. Benson's going to take it right at him.
Benson going to work, shoulder down, trying to split, nothing there, and just bullies his way to the rim.
Great patience from Benson, understanding that Milicevic is just walling up.
Borovichinen, ooh, it looked like he slid that pivot foot and scored anyway.
Was close to a travel, but pretty creative from Borovichinen. Some of that decelerating at the end of plays gets the shot blocking off schedule a little bit and allows you to get it up off the window. You see that more and more from players now, slowing down at the end of the drive.
Pierre Justin has some space, push, and he got it.
It's a good play from C.J. Gunn, too. Just reading and reacting. Two come on him. He's able to drop it down to Pierre Justin.
Xavier has really struggled defensively this year, giving up 78 a game. Musketeers coming off a loss to Seton Hall, where they led by 11 at halftime. Trey Carroll has it rattle out, and that's short as well.
We'll be interested to see how much DePaul wants to push. They're not necessarily going to walk it up the floor, and blocker is pretty good in these situations, but you obviously don't want to get into a track meet in this building.
And Benson once again inside. DePaul's found a home in the paint so far.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not sure Xavier's got a great matchup for Benson. Pop Njai is going to check in. Njai certainly a better rim protector, but Benson's got the strength.
Ball movement here for Xavier. Milicevic. Deep three, Messina Moore has it rattle home.
How soft was that? And Messina Moore struggled in their last game. He's 1 for 8 from the floor, 0 for 5 from 3. He had been cooking lately.
Yeah.
He was a little cold, though, against the Pirates.
That was his worst Big East game.
Jack, you said it. Probably a concerted effort, try and attack the paint, attack the rim, get to the free throw line, and Benson just good patience and strength to free himself up for the two. You'd imagine there'll be a steady diet of that when Milicevic is on him. Njai's in there now.
Like you said, great rim protector. He'll only play about 10 minutes a game, but obviously Richard Pitino feels the need to do it now. We're going to check out the shot clock here.
You know, early on, though, DePaul has done a nice job running Milicevic off the three-point line early. They've been there on the catch. You'd much rather have Milicevic driving it than catching and shooting. So at least from an attention to detail standpoint, early on, DePaul's been good in that regard.
Well, that's kind of been the theme for them all season. They don't give up many three-point attempts, just 19 a game. That's top 5% in the country.
It's so important to make your threes and make open long-range triples tough on the opposition.
Done so far. 1 point lead for DePaul early. Trying to get to 5 and 6 in the Big East. C.J. Gunn backs it.
What a great set play. Just a little screen, rescreen. Act like he was going to go all the way to the rim and then pop back off that pin down that Richard Pitino was worried about.
He had 22 in the first game that DePaul won. Carroll, tough shot from the corner. Rolls out again. Njai can't corral.
See if Chris Holtman's going to want to dial up another pin down for C.J. Gunn. He struggled in their last game against Georgetown, too. He
certainly did.
He was cold, just like Messina Moore was against Seton Hall.
Here he comes. Corner three on the way, off the heel. Long rebound for DePaul. Gunn steps into it straight away. Rolls out somehow. That hung on there forever.
It really did.
All right, weaving, banking, out. And Gunn pulls it down.
Pretty good drive from All Right, usually a catch and shoot guy. That was a nice take to the basket.
Methodical here for DePaul, under 10 to shoot. Borovichinen guarding Gunn. R.J. Smith. Only 2 to shoot. Looking for some space. And it is off by a mile. That was terrific defense from Xavier.
Really good possession from the X-Men. But it's always important when you're on the road to get your top gun firing. And that is C.J. Gunn. A little pin down. Splashing it home. Blue Demons early.
Today on Fox.
We're stepping out in style.
It's a nose-to-nose, all-out battle at the Mecca to see who will be crowned top dog. The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship today at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, saving another American's tail, all Jeep things. Making a Jeep vehicle for only people like him, not a Jeep thing. So we're bringing you more Jeep things this year, because Jeep things should be everyone's thing.
More Jeep things in 2026. Now choose from reduced MSRPs, package discounts, or added value on some of our most popular 2026 models. See your dealer for details.
Are you Marsha?
I am. I am.
Thanks for meeting me here. Usually not an interweb dating guy. Barely ever use this phone computer. Unless it's to bundle my insurance with Liberty.
Oh, same. I hate this thing, but it's true. You can save hundreds bundling with Liberty.
Liberty?
Liberty.
Are you hungry? Let's get some lasagna.
And some cannolis.
Only pay for what you need.
You want to be a Xavier Musketeer? First, there are some things you'll need to know about our campus. There are X's everywhere. Like here, here, and here. It's kind of our thing. Then you've got your Xavier spaces. The study spaces, the nightlife spaces, and the game day spaces. There's so much more I could tell you about Xavier, but I think it's best if you see it for yourself.
Welcome to basketball country.
Fox Primetime Hoops.
We got one for you tonight.
Saturday night is game night. Different energy. Where teams learn what they're made of.
He is electrifying.
And players find out if they're built for the moment. UConn, Creighton, tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Xavier had won 6 straight against DePaul before the Blue Demons win 4 weeks ago. 6 DePaul players in double figures. It was a 7-0 run at the end of the game that really sealed it over the final 3 minutes. DePaul shot 50%, 25 of 31 at the free throw line. Trey Carroll had 17. That seems like a low number for him now, the way he's been scoring recently. The Blue Demons got a big win. They're first in the Big East, 4-6 now. Xavier now 3-7. Second meeting after taking each other on 4 weeks ago in Chicago. By the Number, sponsored by AT&T here. Connecting changes everything. We mentioned free throws going to be a big part of the story today.
Yeah, free throws is really, when you look at the box score, the one big discrepancy in terms of what popped out in the first matchup. But you pointed it out. It was a really excellent offensive day for the Blue Demons, and just a big task with Chris Holtman taking over a DePaul program that obviously was 0-20 in the Big East the year before he got there, and it's hard. The only way you become a winning program is by winning, and he's slowly but surely, you can feel it. You can feel that culture changing. Already 4 Big East wins, doing just a great job. One of the great guys in the business, too.
No doubt. He talked about closing the competitive gap, and even in their losses this year, they've been pretty tight, even against the best teams in the league.
Totally agree.
Xavier looking for offensive rhythm to start. DePaul's defended well, only 5 to shoot. Borovichinen getting to his spot, fading. That's a shot DePaul will take. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Xavier.
I really do like how DePaul started this game, locked in, just in terms of a scouting report. Playing hard, good effort off of Cruz McClure, but got to get Trey Carroll something in the paint. He settled for 2 tough threes. I want to see him get into the lane and make something happen, especially here with Macklin on him. Now he gets switched.
Still scoreless for one of the best in the Big East. That push floater, and he's on the board.
And just sometimes when you're on such a roll scoring, you settle, you know, because you feel like anything you throw out there is going to go in. The first 2 threes he took were kind of tough. Ultimately, Carroll's an inside-out player, so you got to establish the paint.
Quick lob inside. Fabian Flores the catch. 2 came for him. Rotate it. Ball movement around the perimeter. Xavier staying home. 5 of the timer for Brandon Macklin driving. DePaul wants it to count, and they are going to count it. Goaltending call. Got the foul as well.
Nice play from Macklin, understanding the shot clock. attacking all right. See if that ball hit the backboard potentially before.
Yep.
Yeah. That's obviously an automatic goaltending. This guy, Macklin, 7 straight double-figure games.
At 19 off the bench against Georgetown. Oh, Messina more. Quick trigger 3 from way outside. Borovichinen's there. Playing catch with Milicevic. Hit the underside of the backboard. And now a foul with Flores ripping it away.
Well, once again, it looked like Milicevic was going to have a 3, but Flores had good urgency to get out there and run him off the 3-point line. So DePaul has really had a great sense of urgency. Now, they didn't give it up Messina more an open look to start that possession, but what a nice job in running Milicevic off the line.
And Borovicinen just picked up his 2nd foul.
That's important because does a lot. He's a stat stuffer, and he's their top perimeter defender, too.
One of the most versatile bigs in the country.
Yeah. Late clock again.
So R.J. Smith got to create a fading tough wing 3. Tipped out. Carroll going for it and collects.
Some pretty good defensive possessions from Xavier as well.
Carroll is searching, leaning, and scoring.
Inside out. That's got to be the mentality for Carroll.
He's so efficient with inefficient shots.
Yes.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, those types of shots aren't that easy, and he makes them look easy.
And driving for 2, it is Caleb Banks.
Got overextended. Did Trey Carroll there, and Caleb Banks, I think he's a guy that Banks needs to get back in a rhythm and a groove for DePaul.
Really hasn't played much the last 3 games. Look at Messina Moore go inside. Nearly got a walk. It's Walker who drains a 3. 1-point game.
Very close to being a travel, but big shot for Walker, who's always ready off the bench. Doesn't necessarily take a ton of shots, but he's always in a good frame of mind. He's a veteran, doesn't ride that roller coaster of emotions.
7 for his last 10 from 3. It is Banks. 5 quick ones for Banks.
A talented dude. He had 33 against Florida State last year at Tulane. He can really score.
Up and under. Milicevic left it short. Crowd was ready to explode with that move.
That's 7-2, though, of Flores just contesting and making it tough. That was pretty, though, wasn't it?
It was. A lot of skill between Milicevic and Borovicinen, coming from New Mexico with Richard Pitino.
Yeah, they were role guys at New Mexico, and they're having to be major contributors and scorers here in Cincinnati.
Flores slipping inside and jamming. That was pretty. And a timeout for Richard Pitino and Xavier.
Oh, my goodness. We got a Nerf hoop alert. Fabian Flores rocking it. Timeout, X-Men.
What causes a curve down there?
Is it Peyronie's disease?
Is there somebody I can talk to for help?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
The thing about hair is, even if it starts here, it'll end up there. But Swiffer Sweeper Deluxe is made to get hair anywhere. Brooms just push and move. But Swiffer gives you a clean that's mom-approved. The collapsible, storable Swiffer Sweeper Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
Sorry. Hi. Homes.com has a better way to see if your furniture fits with Matterport 3D Tours.
That's better.
Yeah, Homes.com, the place to find a place.
I'm a Denny's Super Slam. Hot stuff coming through.
Okay, y'all can chill now. With our new Slammin' Meal Deals, you can feed everyone and still get dessert. If you've got room. Good luck. Denny's new Slammin' Meal Deals starting at $5.99.
Luna de amor, ¿dónde vas? Que me robas la calma.
All they want is Sheba.
You guys, Wendy's has new Biggie deals starting at just $4. So now you can decide how biggie you want to go, which is kind of beautiful. I'm not condensating, you're condensating. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. Here at the Cintas Center, it's DePaul leading by 6. Pretty strong start for the Blue Demons. Richard Pitino heated going into this timeout. Let's go inside the huddle.
Keep pressuring the ball. Keep pressuring the ball. If we're in a string, disrupt the throwback. They can't throw a strike. Can't move out of the way. Got to make plays on the ball. At least hack it.
I mean, Nick, it seems pretty simple, right? Don't get out of the way of the ball.
Yeah, well, you got to pressure the ball, and that's DePaul has been too comfortable offensively. They've gotten the ball to the spots they've wanted to. They're 9 of 13 from the floor. 6 different Blue Demons have scored. Xavier just has not been disruptive enough on that end of the floor, and a lot of disruption starts with disruption on the ball.
Now they're bringing some full court pressure. Chris Holtman was very confident in the offense coming into this game. They scored 86 the first time they played. It was more about, can we stop Xavier? For the most part, they have.
And mixing up a little zone as well. A little wrinkle out of the timeout.
First time we've seen it today. Messina Moore, deep three. Got it.
He's got such a pretty stroke, doesn't he? And if there's one guy in the zone you better shade towards, it's Malik Messina Moore.
Only 33% from deep. You just watch him shoot, though, and you think it's higher.
He just got off to such a slow start in the non-con. He shot it much better in Big East play.
Yeah, almost 40%. Lob it up and throw it down. Alley-oop. The top alley-oop team in the country, DePaul Blue Demons. Transition, Messina Moore couldn't cash in. McClure is hip checked out of bounds.
Back and forth we go. Malik Messina Moore. So one scary thing when you go zone is you can leave shooters. Messina Moore drilling it. Hard to believe, isn't it, Jack? DePaul leads the country in alley-oops. That was nice execution. DePaul has been razor sharp to start this thing.
Still Xavier only down 5.
Correct.
Even with DePaul playing well.
And Trey Carroll's gotten a couple of floaters to go, but your top star has not necessarily been rolling early.
He's about to check in.
Yeah. Got some Gatorade. He's going to be ready to rock now.
Maybe some pink lemonade. That's his favorite. Layden Blocker.
Man, Layden Blocker has just really improved as transitioning from an off guard to a point guard over the last 2 years. He's just really done a nice job. That's not the easiest transition to make.
Second-year starter now for Chris Holtman. And Milicevic is fouled inside. Got the mismatch.
Nice little high-low. Borovic and Milicevic really have a nice chemistry on the floor, which makes sense. Obviously, they've been together for years now. Going back to New Mexico, they really look for each other both inside and to the three-point line.
Both with Serbian heritage. Borovic and from Serbia. Milicevic growing up in Toronto. And Trey Carroll, all right, checking back in with Messina Moore and Roddy Anderson going to the bench for X.
Well, you said it, though. It feels like DePaul has been really firing on all cylinders, and still Xavier's right there.
What would you like to see more of from Xavier on this end?
On this end of the floor, their pick and roll defense has not been good enough. They've given up a couple of rolls and lobs to the basket. I just don't know if they've fought through screens well enough yet. It would start with that. You know, that's where it's different. Georgetown against DePaul, they switched a lot of screens, and that can blow up a lot of sets. Xavier not doing that so far.
DePaul taking advantage. Benson, hook, no. See if Trey Carroll can get going. Only 4 points so far. From the elbow, Borovichinen off the heel. Tipped out. Ooh, it's off Xavier. And DePaul 4-6 in the Big East, going for their second road win of the season and a sweep of the season series with Xavier. Xavier's been really good at home the last 3. Their only loss to St. John's by 5. And Rick Pitino's 900th win.
Xavier has played well enough to beat a handful of teams that they just couldn't close out.
They haven't sustained it in the second half.
No. Really let one slip away in Omaha against the Blue Jays, and played extremely well against St. John's. And really, both these teams, I think both these coaches have done a terrific job with their groups.
Lob it inside for Benson, went for the dunk, no foul.
Usually you like a dunk mentality. I thought he should have just gone to the left side of the rim and laid it in.
Didn't get that full leap into it.
No.
Right, looking at the mismatch inside for Carroll, and stolen by Blocker.
Really good from Layden Blocker.
Calmly scanning McClure. And a clean box out for Carroll.
This is where he's really dangerous.
Carroll trying to split 2 out of bounds, staying with Xavier. 6-point lead for DePaul, not much scoring over the last few minutes. Blue Demons going for their second road win of the year.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. 800-pound bear chase, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying it'll dry, all Jeep things. Making a Jeep vehicle for only people with cash like him, not a Jeep thing. So we're bringing you more Jeep things this year, because Jeep things should be everyone's thing.
Bringing you more Jeep things in 2026 with new opportunities for adventure. Experience the 2026 popularly equipped Wrangler Rubicon X, now with nearly 9,000 reduced MSRP.
Introducing Mike's Hot Italian Sub from Jersey Mike's. Fresh ham, salami, and pepperoni chopped up by hand right on the grill. Forget about it. Then topped with a layer of melted provolone? Forget about it. And the regular is only $8.95? Forget about it. Wait a minute. Actually, remember about it. Because you gotta try it with our chopped pepper relish before it's gone. The all-new Mike's Hot Italian Sub for a limited time only at Jersey Mike's.
When you don't use Bounce, dryer heat can be a real monster. It turns clothes into static magnets for your hair. Use Bounce to stop it.
Uh-oh.
If you want static-resistant clothes...
Yet another toothpaste that does not whiten. Girl, this one works.
Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth for whiter teeth in one day. Crest.
I wish we could actually catch up.
Here, now you can. Over this new DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza with crispy, airy wood-fired style crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
What's his deal? He got that more for your money feeling at Metro with one line of unlimited 5G for just $40, period. And the new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G for free. And no activation fees, only at Metro.
The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship today at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
6-point lead for DePaul after they beat Xavier earlier this year. Good start on the road at Cintas Center. Let's go inside the huddle with Chris Holtman.
All right, listen, again, okay? Down here right now, okay? Down here right now, we're getting a really high quality shot, okay? All right, screen, move the ball. We're flow 5, play after the play.
Really high quality. I mean, they're shooting 61% so far.
Yeah, it's hard to complain and be upset about what you've done on that end of the floor, but I echo what Coach Holtman was talking about. I think the screening has been very, very good so far early, whether it's pin downs for gun or on-ball screens.
So we did have a challenge on the last call. Out of bounds plays not reviewable. You have to challenge it. That's out off Carroll, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it's going to be DePaul basketball. Good challenge. And DePaul will get to challenge once more the rest of the game. Jack Kaiser, Nick Bogg, glad to have you with us in Cincinnati. Got DePaul and Xavier for a second time this year. Pierre Justin from the corner, another high-quality look.
And it's all made because Benson's hard roll to the basket holds that help defender who is guarding Pierre Justin for the open three. So it's the roll that opens up everything on that possession.
Trey Carroll still contained to this point. All right with a big three for Xavier.
Tell you what, this guy, 45% from beyond the arc. Sometimes I wish he would be a little more thirsty, if you will, from beyond the arc and hunting his shots.
Only 3.5 points a game over his last 10. He hasn't been much of a scorer since the non-conference. Got a steal now for X. And a foul in transition.
Well, that roll man so important. So just take a look as Benson's coming in. It's going to hold Carroll. Who's Carroll guarding? Pierre Justin in the corner. So Benson doesn't get anything in the stat book for that, but his hard roll makes the open shot for Pierre Justin.
DePaul not favored in any of their remaining games. Chris Holtman said we had to be razor sharp every game the rest of the way. So far, so good. Lob it inside, Milicevic, mismatch, and a foul. Easy cooking there.
DePaul switching some of these screens. Just because there's, outside of Carroll, you're not necessarily worried about a lot of mismatches inside. Milicevic more of a perimeter player sometimes, and still you got to try to punish when you do have a size advantage. Once again, the good chemistry, high-low.
To reiterate what we talked about with Milicevic right away, if he can stay out of foul trouble, he is a total game changer. He's only got 1 foul so far.
Borovichinen with 2. He's sitting on the bench right now, but Richard Pitino threw him back out there for a stretch. You gotta manage that, obviously, if you're Coach Pitino.
Xavier doesn't have a lot of depth this year. Part of the building process, Richard Pitino's first year. Chris Holtman second. Whole team slowly rising to the Big East. Carroll defending Pierre Justin. Now it's Gunn going to work on the baseline. Circling out. Blocker rising late. Almost banked it in. Tip out, second chance for DePaul.
It's the second time there's been a long rebound at the end of a shot clock. DePaul's tracked it down.
R.J. Smith with physicality, creating space.
Once again, that decel. You see jump stop slowed down a little bit and was able to knock it down.
Xavier will come at you quick, but Milicevic can't hit it.
Yeah, your urgency has to be high to sprint back and sprint to the three-point line against guys like Milicevic and Messina Moore.
Pierre Justin's asking for it against Walker right now. Blocker going to take on Milicevic. Push shot over the top for 2.
He lost his shades. That possession, but it didn't matter. He could see well enough to see a mismatch and to take advantage of it.
That's how ferocious of a drive it was. Glass is popping off.
Yeah, you knew that the paint was going to loom large. It's maybe an advantage that DePaul was going to have, and so far that's been the case. 18-6 in favor of DePaul inside, going to work, whether it's via the post up or the drive or the pick and roll. Pretty good offense early from DePaul. Just think their screening has been very purposeful.
The attention to detail to help close that competitive gap for Chris Holtmann in year 2 at DePaul. And we saw it right away, really the first 2 possessions with them going inside, and that has carried throughout the first 15 minutes of this game. 23 points for Xavier, 15 minutes in. That is great work from DePaul on this end.
No doubt. Another switch, just switching a lot of these screens.
Walker got it back, rolling out of bounds. Oh no, picked up by blocker.
DePaul's switching has given Xavier some issues.
Smith, quick trigger. And rattles out to Milicevic. How can Xavier counter that switching now?
You gotta figure out the matchup you like, and I like getting the ball inside to Carroll against somebody, or let him get in that mid post and let him attack. You gotta find a matchup you like, but the reality is almost every matchup with Carroll is a good one for Xavier, but he's the guy that has to get things going for the offense for the Musketeers.
Got to start by making a good pass inside first.
Yes. But there's other things you can do. You can slip screens to put some doubt in the communication of the switches for DePaul, where you act like you're setting a screen, you dive to the basket. There's a handful of different things you can do, but ultimately against switching defenses, you're going to have to find somebody to win one-on-one more often than not. And I think Carroll's the best suited guy to do that.
Xavier with a couple of poor offensive halves in a row by their standards after getting blown out in the second half by Seton Hall on Wednesday. That's a tough shot that goes late for Brandon Macklin.
Really difficult. Great strength from Macklin. That's over Carroll late in the clock.
Largest lead now for DePaul.
Switch. So here, you take advantage of what you want.
And Flores got the block, staying with Wright.
Really excellent use of his length for Flores there.
Looking like Mr. Fantastic with that reach.
I'll go Inspector Gadget. That might date me.
A little bit.
A little, okay. That's,
I'm not very familiar.
We'll Google in the break.
Corner 3, McClure off the heel. Wright was battling for the box out, drew the foul.
Well, sometimes that weight room shows up in big moments late in the clock. Macklin through the contact late, getting it to go down. DePaul up 10 in Cincy.
I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest river. I'll take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. I've been waiting this long. The whole minute.
Champions trust Cosequin, the #1 vet recommended retail joint health supplement brand and official joint health supplement of the Westminster Dog Show.
Running a successful delivery company has taught me something. You're only as good as your tools. We have AT&T Business, and that's why we're the best.
We're here.
You're
where? There's nothing here.
Just trust the connection. We're in the right spot. What?
You guys are early.
Yeah.
I like that.
Get your signature there.
There. You guys thirsty? I just made some lemonade.
It's really warm in here. Like a good warm. You know, my phone still works down here. It's crazy.
With low prices store-wide, eat well for less at Whole Foods Market.
We know why you've put off your best smile. The time, the cost, the anxiety. That's why Aspen Dental is changing how dentistry is done, with technology to make care comfortable and flexible hours to fit your life, all at an affordable price. New patients without insurance get an exam and x-rays for just $29. Not waiting for tomorrow. That's the Aspen Dental difference. Aspen Dental. It's time to smile again.
Pepperoni Magnifico. Pepperoni Magnifico. Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Classic and crispy cut pepperoni, 3 melty cheeses, all on our fresh made dough. And starting at just $12.99 for a large, it's no wonder Marco's was named America's favorite pizza chain.
National contender, second-ranked UConn.
Big-time delivery.
Battles Creighton. Fox Primetime Hoops, tonight at 8 Eastern.
This week is the American Cancer Society's Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers Week. Partnership with the National Association of Coaches. Coaches across the country wearing sneakers on the sidelines to bring attention to the life-saving work of the American Cancer Society. Cancer screening saves lives. In the United States, 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime, and regular screening can help find cancer early when it may be easier to treat. To learn more about screening and the Coaches versus Cancer program, visit coaches.cancer.org. Always a terrific cause. Richard Pitino, Chris Holtman, of course, participating today. Richard Pitino trying to figure out the offensive side of the ball right now for Xavier. Trailing by 10. Everything tells you, okay, DePaul's lost 5 straight on the road. Xavier's been awesome at home. And of course, it's the Blue Demons sharp here in the first half.
You just never know in conference play. DePaul switching these screens has gotten Xavier a little off schedule, haven't been able to settle in at all on this end. And they're an offensive-minded team.
Top scorer in the Big East, Trey Carroll, held to 4 points so far. It'll stay that way.
Just feels like a settle for Trey Carroll. He can make that shot, but he's got the smaller blocker on him. Take your time. Get him closer to the basket, see if he can draw a foul.
Here's a steal for Anderson. Lob it up. And Borovichinen did well to catch it. Looking for a mid-range. Anderson, no. There was a lid on the rim for Xavier, a scoring drought of 4 minutes.
And Chris Holtman's done a good job of slowing it down. Having DePaul walk it up in certain instances and really execute just to slow the pace down a little bit.
Gunn, tough step back and got it. CJ Gunn can make that pretty consistently.
You're right. That's arguably his best shot, is a contested mid-range jumper.
Takes about 3 mid-range shots a game. Believe it or not, that is really high up there in college basketball. As Carroll hits one tough for the baseline.
Well, one thing I'll promise you is he's not going to stop shooting. He's going to keep on being aggressive. It doesn't matter where he's at. That's what his role is on this team.
Gunn looking at the mismatch, head down and lost it. Back to Xavier. Coming up, the Chief Halftime Report. Rob Stone, Casey Jacobson, and Seth Davis previewing tonight's matchup between number 2 UConn and Creighton. 8 p.m. on Fox.
And speaking of Coaches versus Cancer, it's the annual Creighton Pink Out tonight. One of the coolest events in all of college basketball.
There's Trey Carroll.
Yeah. Got everybody lifted up the floor and get Carroll rolling. No one around the hoop. A couple of baskets for Xavier's top scorer.
A little bit of life here at the end of the half. Blocker backing down, turning, no. Going, oh, it looked like it was going to Carroll. Pierre Justin for 3. DePaul could have wasted a little bit more clock there. And a foul with Messina Moore trying to spin free.
Carroll doing a good job moving. Just going to come set a screen and just roll to the basket. No one near the hoop because everybody lifted up the floor. Carroll able to finish.
He had 22 in the first half against Seton Hall. Scoreless in the second. We'll see if the script flips here for Xavier. They have struggled in second halves, but this first half has been a bit of a slog. Messina Moore coming around the screen, nails a 3.
And we bragged on DePaul's screening. How about the X-Men putting a body on a Blue Demon and freeing up a great shooter? That was pretty, and a nice surge here to close out the half from Xavier. Watch Malik Messina Moore able to get his feet set. He's already knocked down a couple. And drills it. And we've talked about how important it is to get Trey Carroll going. I also think Messina Moore has proven to be a very important scorer for Xavier. When he plays well and shoots well, Xavier typically plays well.
Messina Moore leading the way with 9 points so far. Carroll with 8. You know, with Milicevic and Borovichinen not doing a ton so far, somebody's got to help Trey Carroll, and it looks like that's Messina Moore.
Well, Borovichinen, the biggest thing He's only got one three-point attempt. I think that's a tip of the cap to DePaul and their urgency in trying to make sure he doesn't get any open catch-and-shoot threes. So some of that is the opposition's familiarity with what the other team's trying to do, and that's kind of conference play. You know personnel, you know tendencies.
Bringing some pressure. Got a trap right away. And DePaul handles it.
Got some fouls to give if you want, if you're Xavier.
Only 4 fouls for Xavier, 6 for DePaul. 8-second difference game and shot clock. Going off the foot, ball on the floor. McClure is down. And jump ball, it'll stay with DePaul. 8 on the shot clock.
That was a juiced up defensive possession from in particular Roddy Anderson.
It's kind of what Xavier needed though, right?
Correct.
Starting to figure it out on the offensive end. They need some defensive juice here.
Well, you had fouls to give so you could go get really aggressive on the ball, and if you foul, well, it's not the worst thing in the world, but Gunn back in the game. Well, he's got to be aware where he's at. He's at the left elbow right now.
Slipping towards the corner, it's Smith. A foul on Milicevic. That's the 5th on Xavier. Still not a problem with 15 seconds left. That is the 2nd on Milicevic, though.
Unfortunate, just not in a stance ready to move his feet on that hedge. You knew it was coming, too. You got to have anticipation there if you're Milicevic.
Fouling's been a big problem for him this season. Shot clock off. And there's the extra foul. So 6 on Xavier now. 1 more puts DePaul at the free throw line. Fans hate it, of course. Who's it going to be for DePaul? Blocker at the controls. Looking to get downhill. 4 seconds. Gunn, deep 3. Xavier gets an offensive stop to close out the half on a 7-0 run.
That's right, 7-0 run. Felt like DePaul controlled most of that half, but a nice flurry to end for the X-Men, setting up what could be a pretty exciting second half.
Xavier's been really good at home. A slow start on the offensive side, but some life at the end. Stick around for the Jeep halftime report with Rob, Casey, and Seth.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up the Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value meal. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
From day one, LeBron honed his skills until he became the chosen one. But what if the world never got to see all he could do? Things would look a lot different. That's why the LeBron James Family Foundation is partnering with Indeed, because everyone's skills deserve a chance to be seen.
This is the mark of a fighter. A rich, full-flavored lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. A reward for those with a fighting spirit. You've earned this, so hold it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
Turn back time on your engine with Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind motor oil that removes up to 100% of engine-killing deposits and protects against future damage. Ask for Valvoline Restore and Protect at your next oil change.
So, this week, Domino's large 2-topping pizzas are just $6.99 each. And all I gotta do is pick them up myself? Where are my keys? I really gotta get to Domino's.
When you're ready for spring break,
Hi, guys.
emphasis on the break. It matters where you stay. Book your spring break now. Hilton, for the stay.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods dissolve completely and have Dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
There is no place like Madison Square Garden. This is special, guys. When you're playing in that building, it's a different animal than anywhere else. It is a complete sellout. This is Big East basketball at its best. We are in the mecca of basketball, in the greatest city in the world.
Complete with your customizations instantly. Architects charge thousands to capture your vision like this. Backed by decades of experience and thousands of successful projects, the General Steel design system gives you more than a price. It gives you a clear vision you can build on. Text STUD to 59583 to create your own building or browse thousands of unique customer designs with new ideas published every hour. From personal shops to business expansions, see your new space inside and out down to the details. Get insulation tailored to your climate, paint colors that perform where you live, and expertly placed doors and windows that deliver access, ventilation, and natural light based on your unique needs. Text STUD to 59583 to plan and price your project instantly with General Steel. That's STUD to 59583 because if you need space, you need the General. 59583 because if you need space, you need the General.
5-point lead for DePaul at halftime in Cincinnati, taking on Xavier for the second time this year. Got a win in Chicago over the Musketeers, looking for a second straight. Jack Kaiser alongside Nick Ba. Huge run at the end of the half for Xavier.
Totally. It was really important because DePaul controlled a lot of that first half. Chris Holtman's got to be very pleased with his group. A nice surge to end things for Xavier. Trey Carroll started to get loose a little bit. Messina Moore's knocking down shots. I think we are setting up for a really good second half.
No doubt. 8 points for Trey Carroll. Messina Moore with 9 to lead the way for Xavier. As we check out our stats brought to us by Jeep, there's only 1. Points in the paint, huge emphasis for DePaul coming in. They have 20, Xavier just 8. The three-pointers started to fall a little bit late for Xavier. They've got 5 in the first half, the best three-point shooting team in the Big East. Trey Carroll with 8, he scores 18 a game, right about on his average, but NJ Benson, the Blue Demons, lead it by 5.
It's the journey that shapes you, long before the final buzzer sounds. Every setback pushes you forward. New challenges rise, and the dream fuels every contender.
Incredible.
The battle for the Big East crown has begun.
Oh my goodness.
Are you ready to answer the call? Sponsored by Jeep. Proud partner of the Big East Conference. Jeep, there's only one.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camp Cravings.
There you go, buddy. Have fun.
This is not going to be pretty.
We're camping. What could possibly go wrong? No.
Cool.
That did not go as planned.
It never does. All right.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
So do you have a favorite Bobcat?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's my Cherokee.
It's a good thing Discover makes it easy to be a Big Ten fan.
Totally. I get cash back on my rally cap.
Cash back on my favorite glove.
Cash back on my lucky shamrock.
I even earned cash back on my lucky bobblehead.
You win. Next round's on me.
Earn cash back on every purchase with Discover.
So I've heard Fisher Investments is a fiduciary.
Yes, we always put clients first, even if that means a little straight talk.
Like what?
We tell our clients what they need to hear, like if their lifestyle might lead them to outlive their money.
We'd want to know that.
Other times, we keep clients from making big investment mistakes that can impact their future.
We'd want to know that too.
At Fisher, we use a disciplined approach, keeping you on track for a comfortable retirement. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
I'm a Denny's Super Slam. Hot stuff coming through. Okay, y'all can chill now. With our new Slammin' Meal Deals, you can feed everyone and still get dessert. If you've got room. Good luck. Denny's new Slammin' Meal Deals starting at $5.99.
Looks like Jack just realized some people mix and match their gain sense. So he gave it a shot too. Is he the laundromat cool dude now? Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
Then I realized the more you bundle, the more you save on insurance with Liberty Bibberty.
It's like you're talking my love language.
Well, I've been taking word classes online.
Wow.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
All that you see within these four walls, the words you hear, are never to be repeated.
Collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collar stays stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code TV at collarsandco.com.
You eat clean, work out, and track your health, but you're setting yourself up for failure in your office. A bad chair might be undoing all that you do. Time to upgrade to an Anthros chair. Research shows the real foundation of a healthier sit is pelvis support. That's why our patented precision posture system supports the upper and lower spine independently. The Anthros chair is built around the true science of sitting. Fixing how you sit is the easiest healthy habit you can build. Try the Anthros chair, risk-free for 60 days.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, sponsored by Jeep. There is only one final Saturday of January as a full slate of impactful games. Rob Stone, Casey Jacobson, Seth Davis with you while you're enjoying DePaul Xavier. Just know there's plenty more hoops to come today. 2 Eastern, we travel to the Big Ten. Ohio State takes on Wisconsin. And then we bounce over to the Big East. Creighton welcoming number 2 UConn at 7 Eastern. The Huskies enter a perfect 10-0 in conference play.
Oh, no. Oh, no. They did not just do that. Merriman goes for the dunk and makes it happen. 3 is there. Flash. You got to get out and cover that kid. Just a terrific all-around time. Oh, hammer time! The Connecticut Huskies continue to set the pace atop the Big East.
So Tuesday, the Huskies locked up their 5th straight 20-win campaign as they fought through Providence again, a narrow 6-point win. Later tonight, they're at Creighton. The biggest Husky advantage in Omaha tonight, where is it on the floor?
It's down low. I think Creighton has a problem defensively, and this problem weighs 265 pounds. He's 6'11", and his name is Terrace Reed. Terrace Reed, to me, for UConn, is the most important player on the team. I've been saying this all season. They have a ton of good guards, some of which haven't been really shooting that well this season, but they need Reed. They need his presence. He leads the Big East in post-up points per game at just under 6 per contest. And Creighton is a small basketball team. The last good big guy that Creighton faced, Seth, was Trey Carroll for Xavier, and Trey Carroll had 29. I think Terrace Reed could get 20, and if that happens, I don't know if the Blue Jays can pull it out.
Yeah, where have you gone, Ryan Kalkbrenner?
Yes.
Out to the NBA, making a nice paycheck. Maybe he comes back for today.
Oh, yeah, I'd like that.
This is how it works now. Get a little temporary restraining order. But, no, I think, Owen Freeman's been out now for Creighton the last few games, so their interior defense is going to take a hit. Big question for UConn is Braylon Mullins. Missed the last game against Providence with concussion issues. They're hopeful that he plays today. It'll be a little bit more of a game-time decision. They need to get that three-point shot going. And that is what Braylon Mullins does, man. He is a dude scoring on the perimeter. That three-point shot's been definitely an issue for them. Remember, they shot 5 for 26 at Georgetown, only beat Georgetown by 2. Alex Caravan was 3 for 14 from the floor against Providence. So getting Mullins healthy in the mix, making shots from outside, that opens things up. Now you've got to force Creighton to get out and defend, which makes someone like Terrace Reed that much more dangerous inside. So Mullins playing today is going to be big for UConn.
Coach Hurley looking for something as well. His quote this week, I think we need to play with more violence. We need to play with a nasty edge.
That tracks.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Coach Hurley.
Yeah.
Back out to Cincy for the second half of Xavier and DePaul coming up next.
Twice yearly PrEP is here. One office visit every 6 months. 2 times a year for HIV prevention. That's 1-2 PrEP. That's Yes2Go. Yes2Go is an injectable prescription medicine that helps to protect against HIV through sex. One office visit every 6 months. One during your summer sun and one during your winter fun, one during your summer glow, and one during your winter glam. You must be HIV negative to receive Yes2Go and get tested for HIV before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your healthcare provider right away. HIV testing may be needed. Yes2Go does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex and get Yes2Go as scheduled. Missing doses increases your chance of getting HIV. Tell your provider about your medical conditions, if you are pregnant or plan to be, and all the medicines and supplements you take, as Yes2Go may affect some medicines. The most common side effects are injection site reactions, headache, and nausea. Rare serious injection site reactions can occur, so tell your provider about any side effects. 99.9% of people state HIV negative. Ask a healthcare provider if Yes2Go is right for you.
I wish we could actually catch up.
Here, now you can. Over this new DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza with crispy, airy wood-fired style crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
I see you found the D-Furnished feature on Homes.com.
D-Furnished? Furnished.
Homes.com, the place to find a place.
Febreze Touch is unlike any other fabric spray. It stores scent in your fabrics, so every touch activates a burst of freshness. Plus, it traps odors and locks them away. Febreze Touch.
Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh meats are so deli fresh, people think they're fresh from the deli.
Hello. I'll have a pastrami on rye.
I'm sorry?
Babe, we moved in next to a deli.
It's not the deli, it's Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh.
I'm gonna be back every day.
We do the job. We don't ask questions.
My mind, it hasn't been right. I'm confusing time, forgetting things.
You okay, Dad?
I can't afford to be afraid. No one can know.
Memory of a Killer, all new this Monday on
One can know.
Memory of a Killer, all new this Monday on Fox. Fox.
You can furnish any size space fast. From single workstations to conference and meeting spaces, we're in stock and ready to ship. We'll even install it. Visit Very.com to learn how to get installation free.
When life takes an unexpected turn, but work must go on, being prepared makes all the difference. 4 Patriots gives you backup power where it matters most. Solar generators that are lightweight, portable, and built tough enough to go wherever the job takes you. Go to 4patriots.com to claim your solar generator today.
Getting ready to start the second half. Xavier and DePaul. Malik Messina-Moore leading all scores with 9.
He was 1 for 8 and 0 for 5 in Xavier's last game at Seton Hall, and it's important that you get your top 3-point shooter firing on all cylinders, and that's Malik Messina-Moore, who has really shot it well from 3 in Big East play. He got loose in the first half, and the Blue Demons strength lied inside, and that's where they flexed their muscles, dominated the paint and the glass in that first half, plus 12 in the painted area for DePaul. Did a nice job, I thought, screening, playing with physicality, and oftentimes you do those 2 things, you get into the paint.
It feels like DePaul could be up by 10 to 12, but it's a 5-point game because of the 7-0 run for Xavier right at the end of the half. It's got to concern Chris Holtman. They've struggled on the road this year. A really good start today, but can DePaul close it out? That's another step in this rebuild for the Blue Demons.
And keep in mind, 2 fouls on Horvicinen and Milicevic. Can those 2 guys play without fouling and stay on the floor in this second half?
Trey Carroll on the run, no foul as he goes crashing down. Carroll with 8 in the first half. Leading scorer in the Big East at 18 a game, had 22 points in the first half against Seton Hall, but scoreless in the second. Whip it inside, Benson wide open off the set.
That's a great screen from C.J. Gunn, understanding you're reluctant to help off him, so you use him as a screener. Wide open dunk.
You mentioned how good the screens have been for DePaul all day.
Yes.
Showed again right there.
No doubt about it. And it's important who's screening. You got to have great shooters be great screeners because their man's reluctant to help.
Carroll continues to take tough shots.
Yeah. Those are shots he can make. Just seems like at times he's settled for those tougher ones when he could maybe get a little bit easier and a little closer to the basket.
R.J. Smith has some space to operate. Little change of pace there, hanging short. Tip off the front side. Whip it off the pocket pass. Blocker for three. What a start to DePaul in the second.
A little bit of a weird pass, too. It was a bounce pass that came in a little hot to Blocker, and he still was able to knock it down. Nice start for DePaul here in the second half.
Moravicinin can facilitate, he can shoot it, and that little push line drive shot goes off glass.
He's so versatile with his size and skill set.
Gunn coming around the screen, looking inside, elevates, that's short. Benson rips it down with one hand, going against Carroll and scores.
Gunn attracted multiple defenders, which freed up Benson for rebounding position.
Milicevic rains down a three.
How quick did that happen? Off of a made basket. Under 5 seconds, kick ahead, open three. That's how Xavier wants to play, and that's where they're at their best.
Maybe that's the solution for Xavier here.
Just push it. Got to get the transition game going.
Close out from Milicevic. Benson, one-on-one. Spinning, got it again. NJ Benson's gone ridiculous here.
That was pretty nice footwork from Benson. And again, Milicevic can't do anything but kind of wall up just because he doesn't want to foul, and he's not going to win a wrestling match either.
And Carroll, without using the glass, somehow got it to go.
I love that he got as close as he could to the basket there. Instead of settling for those 12, 13, 14-foot floaters, get to the rim.
Tight defense from all right. Gunn elevating, tough three goes. Goodness.
Got to know who you're guarding, no scouting report. That is C.J. Gunn, and if you let him rise up, he's going to do just that. Got to be closer on the catch.
Carroll trying to reciprocate, could not.
So these moments, look at Chris Holtman, both hands up, saying, stop, slow down. Just at times, you walk it up, call a set.
Understanding game flow.
Yes.
When to run, when not to.
Yeah, you're not necessarily trying to slow it down all the time, but in spots you are.
Gunn with two in a row. Largest lead for DePaul off two straight threes from Gunn.
Gunn knocking it down from beyond the arc, but it starts with the body blows. NJ Benson off of the cross screen, able to catch and finish, and then the offensive rebound put back and a little spin cycle. Oh boy, DePaul.
This is no adventure. This is punishment.
The first survivalist has already been extracted by their family.
He's got a bear.
I just want to go home. And Fox Monday.
I feel like the game is really won at headquarters.
The survivalists face off for the first time.
Oh, he's helping her. This is a game. We can't just be friendly.
But will headquarters play dirty for their loved ones?
They said our families were deceived. They're going to screw over whoever they need to.
Extracted, all new Monday on Fox.
We need to get comfortable with breaking barriers.
Women's basketball was never televised when I was growing up.
Now we have social media.
People want to be a part of it.
For three! Banks it in!
We bought something they hadn't seen.
The way the game was played exploded.
38-0. That is what your goals and dreams are.
Every sport deserves a moment like this.
All that you see within these four walls, the words you hear, are never to be repeated.
Abigail, he is an abomination and no son of mine.
He will never acknowledge me or the children.
Hell is empty. All the devils in here.
The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship today at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
DePaul with its largest lead going for the season sweep of Xavier after picking him off in Chicago earlier. 2 threes in a row for C.J. Gunn, top scorer for the Blue Demons.
And the first one was just a mental mistake, just not quite into the body there on that catch. And now you get a handoff. You're a little late on a switch up into his body. He's able to rise up and knock it down. It's not complicated. Your top scorers got to play well for your team to have success, in particular on the road. Gunn didn't play well in their last game against Georgetown. He's really done a nice job here tonight. Been efficient.
Yeah, 4 points, 1 for 8 last game against Georgetown. But to build a program, you said not complicated, keep your top scorer. That retention is huge. And Gunn coming back for a second year with Chris Holtman. This core of Benson and Gunn and Blocker coming back as well. It's really helped DePaul.
Absolutely. And all 3 guys are different kinds of players, too. You got a wing, you got a point guard, you got a big man.
Wright lost it, out of bounds, and that'll send us to another quick break. More of a chance for Xavier to try and regroup here at home.
Today on Fox.
We're stepping out in style.
It's a nose-to-nose, all-out battle at the Mecca to see who will be crowned top dog. The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship today at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
Introducing Mike's Hot Italian Sub from Jersey Mike's. The only sub that's served as hot as its hot takes. Hot take, everyone wants to be hot, subs included. Here's another hot take. Melty cheese pulls, way too hot for TV. Third hot take, chopped pepper relish is a love language. Hot take, a regular for only $8.95 is too hot a deal to pass up. Actually, that last hot take was more of a hot fact. The all-new Mike's Hot Italian Sub for a limited time only at Jersey Mike's.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You don't just give an extra hand, you give your whole heart, because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Medalla, the mark of a fighter.
At DePaul University, we develop the whole student. Here you'll experience a unique layered learning program that combines classroom learning with real-world project-based learning and giving back through service learning. DePaul creates well-rounded, successful people ready to make their mark on the world. You major in your passion. We major in you. DePaul University.
Welcome to basketball country.
Fox Primetime Hoops.
We got one for you tonight.
Saturday night is game night. Different energy. Where teams learn what they're made of.
He is electrifying.
And players find out if they're built for the moment. UConn, Creighton, tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Today on Fox, the best of the best go nose-to-nose in the 150th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. It all begins with the Masters Agility Championship today at 4:30 Eastern on Fox. A lot of good boys and girls in that one. DePaul leading Xavier by 13. N.J. Benson with 12 points. He's playing like a Pigeon Forge bumper car right now on the inside.
Yeah, he really is. And in the second half, he has been terrific. 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist through the first 4 minutes and change to start this second stanza. And he's been the most physical guy on the floor. And that physicality has led to some second chance opportunities. And of course, scoring at the rim and a nice rhythm feel kick out there to Leighton Blocker for a 3. He has just been a force inside for DePaul. All of a sudden now, the X-Men on the ropes early in the second half here.
Feels like he's buried inside of there. He's like the Undertaker, just reaching up for rebounds out of nowhere. It's been a menace.
Now, Xavier's got to find a way to speed this game up, but it's hard to speed a game up if you're not getting stops. And DePaul's just been incredibly efficient, almost 60% from the floor for the game. But Xavier's got to get out in the open floor.
Gunn's had the hot hand, make it 3 in a row. Gunn has gone nuclear here in the second half.
And Chris Holtmann has done a good job creating shots for Gunn so he doesn't have to go hunt for his shots.
Trey Carroll has got to find a rhythm for Xavier, a much needed two.
I love that, just dribbling down into the post and letting him go to work. Need to come back to that, and if a double team comes, you can play out of it. Here comes Gunn again, good screening.
4 straight maybe, a little bit short.
They're just putting Gunn in screening actions and then a little pick the picker for him.
Got a steal, it is Blocker. Going up for the jam.
He is explosive. Both him and R.J. Smith have played well. Smith's got 8 assists for the game, and Blocker's done a little bit of everything. 9 points now for Blocker.
Milicevic looking for an answer. That is a tough shot, and Xavier is completely discombobulated. Blocker feeling it off the dunk. Baseline drift. The 3-2 strong. Walker chases down the rebound.
Really got to push it and explore. Good urgency there from DePaul.
Who has an answer right now for Xavier?
It's got to be Carroll. But Carroll's got to move as well. This is a very stagnant possession here, and now turnover.
Leading to a steal. N.J. Benson ahead of the pack, and he throws it down.
Wow, couple of pick sixes for DePaul. They're rolling in the half court, and they're getting some easy ones now on the open floor. Layden Blocker running through it. How about rocking the rim with his left hand? Just terrific activity defensively, and then N.J. Benson picking up the loose ball and going and finishing. And just a very stagnant possession for Xavier. A lot of dribbling, not a lot of action, not a lot of screens. And when that's the case, the defense gets in help position in the right spots and can force some turnovers. What a start, 22-9 in favor of DePaul to start this second half.
You can see the progress being made game by game with these guys. 4-16 in the Big East last year. They're already 4-6. Big test facing a high-scoring team on the road. You already beat them, so you know you're going to take a good punch coming back. And DePaul has been on point with everything.
Yeah, and it sounds simple, but the first step to winning is just not beating yourself.
Yep.
And it seems like that guy has pressed all the right buttons and getting the effort and the competitive level where it needs to be. And every game you're going to get a pretty good fight from the Blue Demons. It's this afternoon, is no different.
Chris Holtmann's paid attention to all the details. Everything from paying for lunch for the student section with home wins. Bought a round of beer for the students after the win over Marquette. He is fully invested, and it's clearly paying off.
Just think the purpose and the execution and the plan on both ends has been really crystal clear for this game for Chris Holtmann, and the guys have gone out and executed it.
You can see why he won a bunch of games at Butler and Ohio State.
Yes.
Here Justin with an air ball. Here comes Walker and Xavier. Down by 18 points at home.
Well, with how Xavier can score, there's long ways to go in this game.
Absolutely.
And Xavier's got to chip away at this thing. Timeout. That's the final timeout for Xavier.
I mean, there is just almost a stunned look on Richard Pitino's face. He's a little bit more stoic than his dad. A lot of problems to solve right now.
I think Richard Pitino has done a good job, though, in managing his emotions and the emotions of his team, as there's been some ups and downs for this group.
Sure.
And you got to pick and choose your spots, when to bite and when to yell and when to pat on the back and stay calm. I think he's really done that really at a high level this season, but this group might need a little kick in the rear end to get things going. In any equation, you got to start to get stops. 9 for 14 from the floor in the second half is DePaul, and so obviously you're giving up points, but you're taking the ball out of the net and you're not able to do what you do best, and that's get out and run and transition.
We hyped up the scoring, especially at home, but giving up 78 a game, which is 9th in the Big East so far, it's just hard to overcome when DePaul has been terrific offensively. Turning this program around, Chris Holtman. They've had one winning record in the Big East since joining the league 20 years ago, and that was in 2007. That is in play, at least, at this point, halfway through the conference schedule.
At one point, DePaul had lost 39 consecutive regular season Big East games. There was a lot to fix and change in Chicago, and you can feel that he is building this thing, doing a great job.
His second year, took some lumps year one, closed the competitive gap, still in play for a top 5 seed in the Big East tournament, which gets you a bye. Does Xavier have a push? Lots of time left, but they have been out of sorts. Borovicinen changing pace and going all the way to the rack.
You said it. Talk about a great display of shot fakes, ball fakes, and changing speeds to get all the way to the basket. It's this end of the floor. Got to find some teeth if you're Xavier. A lot of it is just simple fighting through screens and talk.
Good closeout for Carroll on Banks. He's taken on. Carroll sweeping 2-0.
You got to run. Got to really push it.
And Banks recovers.
Got a mismatch with Carroll.
On the same page.
Yeah, just right idea, but just an errant pass.
McClure transition 3, short. A rebound for Borovicinen. Carroll thought about it for a moment. Good catch for Messina Moore, going baseline and foul. Xavier picking it up the last couple of possessions, but still down by 16 against the Blue Demons.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. Switch to Allstate and you could save hundreds. What are you waiting for? Make your move before I do.
Running a successful delivery company has taught me something. You're only as good as your tools. We have AT&T Business, and that's why we're the best.
We're here. You're where? There's nothing here.
Just trust the connection. We're in the right spot.
What?
You guys are early.
Yeah.
I like that.
Get your signature there.
There. You guys thirsty? I just made some lemonade.
It's really warm in here. Like a good warm. You know, my phone still works down here. It's crazy.
All that you see within these four walls, the words you hear, are never to be repeated. Are never to be repeated.
Collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code TV at collarsandco.com.
When the grid goes down, what's your plan? I'm Cade Courtley, former Navy SEAL. I've defended freedom around the world. And here's the truth. Freedom starts at home. That's why I trust the Patriot Power Generator 2500X. Solar powered and built tough to keep your fridge, phones, and medical devices running with no gas and no fumes. And for a limited time, get 2 solar panels absolutely free. Stay self-reliant. Go to 4patriots.com. Get peace of mind before the next blackout.
basketball is sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. DePaul still comfortably out in front of Xavier by 16 on the road. Looking for their second road win of the year. Shot selection's been at a premium for Chris Holtman's team.
All right, okay, understand what it's been about, okay, the whole game right now. High quality shots down here, okay, high quality shots down here, okay? That allows us to set our defense right now.
It's one of the more underrated things about your transition defense is the quality of offense that you run. When you take the right shots, you're typically in good rebounding position and good defensive balance. Bad shots, Jack, oftentimes guys are in the wrong spots to be able to get back, and you get cross-matched, you're not organized. So it sounds kind of weird, but good offense really helps your defense get set when you're dealing with a fast-paced team like Xavier.
And specifically C.J. Gunn, talking to Chris Holtman right before the game, he said we've got to cut out the 3, 4, 5 bad shots that Gunn will take a game. He's 5 for 9 and 4 for 7 for 3.
Yes, and that's the one thing with C.J. Gunn is sometimes he's such a talented shot maker that he's almost too confident, and he takes some tough ones, and it can get DePaul in a tough spot the other direction. But I just think he's done a good job in trusting the offense and his teammates so he doesn't have to go hunt.
And 3 straight threes here in the second half to help blow it open for DePaul. Xavier now down 14. Looking for Flores, a turnover leading to Xavier break. Borovicin in, fouled.
I'm not sure what DePaul saw in terms of throwing it into Flores there. There were a lot of Xavier Musketeers, a lot of traffic there. Obviously, there's confidence that your teammates are going to be able to go high point it, but I know that wasn't shot selection, but it's quality offense. You have a turnover, and obviously Xavier's going to push it.
This is great for Xavier. Clock stops. 71% free throw shooting team, and they've hit 3 in a row.
Interesting if Richard Pitino wants to pick up full court or 3/4 court just to try to kind of speed DePaul up a little bit. Because when DePaul's gotten into the half court and actually ran offense, it's been quality.
Slicing them.
Here's a little bit of pressure. Kind of token, just turn guys a few times, put a thought in their head.
At least waste some clock, if anything, in the shot clock. Flores switches sides. Here's Macklin. Carroll defending. Going inside for Flores on Carroll. Looking for the left, going right and scoring.
Wow, that is pretty. This kid is going to be good. Just scratching the surface. What a find from Spain. And that is some good footwork and some soft hands.
He was added in September.
Yes.
This was supposed to be a developmental redshirt year, but the waiver comes in late. Ruled eligible in November. It's been a nice piece off the bench. Carroll with an air ball out of bounds to DePaul.
Yeah, you said it. Not only did that waiver come, but also Flores turned heads right when he arrived. Like, hey, listen, this kid's got size. He's better than I think the coaches anticipated him being. And he's been a valuable piece. He's a different kind of a 5 than Benson. He's taller and a little longer. This guy's going to be a really, really good player for Chris Holtman.
Any mobile 7'2" player is certainly going to turn heads.
I agree.
Right when he shows up.
Yeah, you're also going to lift your head up to see how tall he is.
That's right. Blocker with the handles, going to the short corner and banking it home.
Tough.
Chris Holtman wanted to see him lead a team, make the right plays at the right times. That's the next step for him, and he's done that all day.
Yeah, that's being a point guard.
As Carroll gets fouled this time.
When you're the point guard, you're in charge of it all. You got to help control the emotional temperament of your group. You got to know how to control the game. You got to know when to push it, when to attack, when to set your teammates up, what sets to get into. You got to have it all under control. And it's been a process for him, but he's really done a good job. If you'd have watched him early in the year last year trying to run the point guard spot, he backed up Connor Enright there, and he is really, really rounded into form in being the guy that's got the keys to the car.
Enright transferred to Indiana over the offseason, but Blocker stepping up. He had 18 points against Xavier the first meeting. 11 points. Hasn't needed to pass as much because you mentioned R.J. Smith, who averages 2 assists a game. He's got 8.
Yeah.
Bit of a wrinkle.
And having a guy like R.J. Smith does help, too. Another guy that can handle it a little bit. Another veteran, along with Macklin.
Settles the game,
no doubt.
DePaul.
And it takes a little bit off the plate of a guy like Layden Blocker.
Xavier trying to hang around under 10 minutes to go in the Cintas Center. Tighter defense on Gunn. Lobbing inside, deflected away, and Walker has the steal. Dish off, Carroll, fouled, rolls out.
Great defense. Starts with activity on the ball, on Gunn, making the entry pass difficult, and Walker's able to get a hand on it, and now Xavier can do what they do best, and that's get out and run. So good pressure from Borovichinin. That allows Walker to get in front, and now you get it to the freight train named Trey Carroll, and he's at the line.
The one area where Xavier has outpaced DePaul is the free throw line. DePaul shot 1 all game, and Xavier now 10 for 12.
It's interesting. That was flipped the other game in the first matchup. 31 free throw attempts for DePaul.
And it has been all season, too.
And doesn't it feel like DePaul's controlled the paint and been the more physical team, yet they haven't gotten to the line as much.
It's really been this flurry over the last couple of minutes. A little bit of confusion, a turnover. Xavier is ramping up its defense now.
A couple of silly turnovers, though. There was a turnover trying to throw the ball into the post 2 different times. One to Flores, one on the previous possession there, just throwing it to the wing. The 9th turnover for DePaul.
Can Xavier ignite this crowd with a big bucket? On the cut. Oh, right for 2.
Good job. You punish that switch. You get a smaller guy in the post. Milicevic draws 2. Good basket cut, and here comes the Cintas Center.
.6-0 run for Xavier. Benson to work in the post. Spinning away from the help. Benson, no. Gunn is right there, and it's a shot clock violation.
A little life from the X-Men, but watch as Milicevic gets a double team. And oftentimes a basket cut is what someone needs to have from the opposite side of the floor. At 2, Walker was right behind him. But a great feel from All Right and a great delivery from Milicevic. Finally punished in one way or another the switch from DePaul.
DePaul ramping up its defense.
Good switching and pressing out.
It's got to be Trey Carroll. 3 hasn't been there for him today, but it's Walker with the hustle. Right. Still battling out to Gunn. It's a pretty good look for Walker that would have cut it to 7.
Get back to some screening actions with C.J. Gunn.
Looking for Benson, whip pass. Able to be controlled. Gunn almost banked it in, and Carroll the rebound. And Gunn, if anything, stops the break and gets us to a break. DePaul trying to hang on the road. Xavier with a bit of a push at home. 7 to go.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment? Put them in check with Rinvoq. Rinvoq works differently, and it's a once-daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
rapid symptom relief, visible repair of the intestinal lining,
and lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
put UC and Crohn's in check, and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Turn back time on your engine with Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind motor oil that removes up to 100% of engine-killing deposits and protects against future damage. Ask for Valvoline Restore and Protect at your next oil change.
I mean, we all do it. You see a line, have no idea what it's for, but your brain is like, should I join it? It's crazy, right?
Hey, let me call you back. I gotta stand in a line.
Even crazier is that folks stick with insurance that keeps them waiting around to file a claim, while Geico's claim support is available day or night. I mean, I'd have FOMO about that, if anything. Excuse me, what are you waiting for?
No one knows.
Okay.
You're cool. You can cut.
I'm all right, actually.
No, seriously.
It feels good to step out of line. It feels good to Geico.
Marco's only uses premium toppings, which means your pizza isn't just flavorful, it's mushroom-full, or sausage-full, or pepperoni-full. And you can get unlimited medium one-topping pizzas from the place named America's favorite pizza chain starting at $8.99 every day, only at Marco's.
The way the game was played exploded.
People want to be a part of it. Every sport deserves a moment like this.
Tonight, we've got national powerhouse and second-ranked UConn on Fox Primetime Hoops. Alex Caravan and the Huskies stake their claim as the best in the country as they take on Creighton. Coverage beginning at 7 Eastern. 4 Pacific, only on Fox. 16 straight wins for the Huskies. Last 6 have been close, though. See if Creighton can make some noise there. DePaul making noise on the road, up by 10, but Xavier on the rally.
Everybody's got a battle like him. There can never be a loose ball. We got lucky that you don't get. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Keep being fearless. You don't have any fouls. You have no fouls. Be aggressive. Get steals.
Nick, that can change the way Xavier defends.
Yes. You're not in a situation where you're going to be putting DePaul at the line anytime soon. You can really start to take some chances, get physical on the ball. So some good messages. There's plenty of time. You don't need to play crazy in terms of desperation with your offense, but defense, you can start to pick it up and get aggressive.
Borovichinen weaving his way, stepping through, but he missed it. That was a gimme.
That was about as easy as it gets. Nice move, just couldn't get it to go down. Let's see if Xavier gets aggressive here like Coach Pitino told him to.
Trap comes for Benson. There is the first foul for Xavier in the second half.
Double team came right away.
Now the bad news is that's on Milicevic, which is his third, and he has fouled out of 5 of the last 7 games. Stay with DePaul here.
Very tough place to throw the ball in. You get really active on the ball if you're Milicevic here. Imagine Gunn will come to that corner maybe.
Not much space there. Benson retrieves. CJ Gunn can hit tough shots over the top. Here he goes, mid-range, fading, and got it. What a roll.
What are you going to do about that? I mean, contested fall away, baseline 17-footer. Pretty good defense, just better offense from CJ Gunn.
Former Indiana Hoosier with 16 points. Carroll got it.
Just not sure if you give him space. DePaul's got anybody that can keep him from getting to about 10, 12 feet.
About the quietest 18 points Trey Carroll's had all year.
He is just such a special scorer where it feels like he hasn't had his best stuff. He's playing okay. He's got 18.
Had to take a lot of shots to get there.
Yep.
R.J. Smith. Xavier, another stop. Can they get this to single digits now? 5.5 to go. Carroll going to work. Out of bounds, he lost it.
Oh, step up to the challenge, C.J. Gunn.
Richard Pitino wanted a foul. Yeah, that's the dilemma, right? With defending Trey Carroll, you usually put a smaller guy on him, ask him to be more physical like this.
He just lost the ball, too.
It does give Xavier a chance to set its press. Nearly a steal, out of bounds. Xavier gets the turnover.
Nice job rotating. That's what you want to do in the press, Jack. When you get a trap, you want someone to rotate to take away that habit pass, is what it's called, and able to do that, force the turnover.
Doesn't look like Chris Holtman's going to challenge it either. DePaul already has won a challenge this game on an out-of-bounds call. So they have one left.
Try and sub, too, to buy yourself as much time as possible to take a look at it.
Xavier can't challenge the rest of the game without a timeout. Looking for Messina Moore. Scoreless in the second half.
Carroll working wants it with Layden blocker on him.
Tough mid-range, too. It's an 8-point game.
A little game pressure on the Blue Demons now.
Shot clock down to 5. Brandon Macklin elevating, blocked by Carroll.
Great defense from Trey Carroll.
Can cut it to a 2-possession game here. Borovicinen at the line to try and make it a 6-point deficit.
Pretty good offensive display from Malik Messina Moore. Just good hard dribble, rising up, knocking down that mid-range jump shot. And Philip Borovicinen has put on a clinic of how to get to his spots by changing speeds, using pivots, little fakes. Not the quickest, most athletic guy in the world, but he knows how to play.
There are certain guys where the game looks slow to them, and he's certainly one of them.
Yes. And it can be hard when you're handling the ball with that size. You know, guys can get under you and all that, but Borovicinen, even though he's tall, knows how to play with a low center of gravity and handle it.
You can see the upside that Arizona saw.
Yeah.
There his first 2 years.
And again, I mean, he's a big part of New Mexico's run the last couple of seasons under Richard Pitino. Now the Cintas Center trying to get rolling here.
Just been waiting for that big run. It's been slow, but there for Xavier. 6-point game. Nobody picking up Macklin right now. He loses it. Out of bounds to DePaul. Xavier cannot challenge without a timeout. And out of bounds plays not reviewable without a challenge.
Again, the final timeout was a trap where Borovicinen couldn't get rid of it. Oh boy,
very close.
Very close. Good urgency, got to Gunn. Didn't allow him to rise up.
Chris Holtman didn't like that possession. These possessions are getting a little bit more dicey here at the end of the game. Xavier with a 12-2 run, looking to steal a win at home.
It's a nose-to-nose, all-out battle at the Mecca to see who will be crowned top dog.
The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship today at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
Fox Primetime Hoops tips off a Big East showdown. Second-ranked UConn eyes the top spot in the country.
Big-time delivery!
While Creighton aims to play spoiler.
Oh, my!
Tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox Primetime Hoops.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, saving another American's tail, all Jeep things. Making a Jeep vehicle for only people like him, not a Jeep thing. So we're bringing you more Jeep things this year, because Jeep things should be everyone's thing.
More Jeep things in 2026. Now choose from reduced MSRPs, package discounts, or added value on some of our most popular 2026 models. See your dealer for details.
Old Trapper Beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly.
Ew. Oh, no.
Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep.
New York City, world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden, the home of the Big East tournament.
You guys have a chance to be part of the greatness.
Are you telling me there's no magic in this house tonight?
The best basketball conference in the country, bar none. That's why we came here.
Some of that faith for Xavier starting to creep back in, down by just 6. They trailed by as many as 18 here in the second half, and Trey Carroll has found a bit of a rhythm with 18 points now.
Yeah, he's had to do it somewhat inefficiently, but one way or another, he's got to score. He's taken 16 shots. He's been able to get some shots at the rim. He hasn't had the long-range shot, just 0 for 5 from 3. But slowly but surely, Trey Carroll has started to make an impact on the offensive end of the floor. Just a scorer that's on quite a roll over the last 4 or 5 weeks. And DePaul has just really slowed down offensively. They started 7 for 10 from the floor in the second half. They're 4 of 12 since then, and we got 5 turnovers in the last 5 or 6 minutes as well. And so when that's the case, Xavier's been able to get out, explore early in possessions.
There's only 9 to shoot here for DePaul out of the timeout. Gunn with urgency, going downhill, left it short, and it bounces to Carroll, who lost it out of bounds. DePaul has a timeout, a couple of them, and a chance to challenge left. And it looks like they will. Already a challenge victory today for the Blue Demons. Boy, this feels like a huge challenge right now.
And Gunn got a pretty good look
He
for
did.
a layup there. It was a great set to just plant a Blue Demon in the middle of the paint, kind of use him as a shield to go up and finish. And take a look at it. I thought it looked like it was off Carroll in real time. Hit that right sneaker. Oh yeah, I don't think this review is going to take very long. This is going to be DePaul basketball.
CJ Gunn had a perfect look at it and knew it right away. And based on Carroll's stoic reaction, I don't know if he...
Got to have a better poker face, Trey Carroll.
Yeah. Gunn short-armed the shot.
Yeah.
This scramble.
Just one more time. Looks like that right shoe of Trey Carroll.
It looked like it might have gone off the toe of Gunn, but then this follow-through there from Carroll. So that'll give it back to DePaul, up by 6. You know, those sets that we complimented them on, they're razor sharp most of the game. Talked about them slowing down. What have you seen different from Xavier's defense over the last 5 minutes?
Just more energy. I think there's been better ball pressure, which I think has led to some lazy passes and some mistakes from DePaul. 5 turnovers over the last 5-6 minutes.
Nathan Farrell coming over to take a look. One of the officials had an angle we have over here, just making sure they can get the call right. And coach's challenge from DePaul, their second of the game. They're asking for the slow-mo look right now. And our officials, Brian O'Connell, Nathan Farrell, Pete Larson. It's a very important call with the flow of the game. Xavier's been on the push, and DePaul's had the ball forever here. And we're just observers with Nathan Farrell taking a look at our monitor.
Nothing like being immersed in the review, right?
I was like, it felt like a phone a friend situation with Nick Boss sitting right there. But it does look like it will be reversed off the DePaul challenge.
That's what it looks like, but the fact that it's taking this long is a little puzzling.
Yeah.
Because it seems pretty obvious to me, but...
I mean, the call on the floor was Xavier ball, and there
Yes.
has to be indisputable evidence to overturn it. Now the fans are getting annoyed.
After review, the call on the floor stands.
Wow.
Xavier ball.
Well,
that is shocking.
That really
Ball
is
loses
surprising.
the timeout and a challenge.
So neither team can challenge the rest of the game. And Xavier gets it back with some of the momentum still on their side.
Huh. Really surprising. I thought that looked like was off of Carroll's foot. Maybe they're... Is that a different angle than we had? But
CJ Gunn is just... He can't believe it.
a little more of an explanation given to some of the DePaul coaching staff, but now it's going to be game on.
Does Trey Carroll have some heroics late for Xavier? And Brian O'Connell just came over and said, based on all the information we have, it looked like it went off Gunn's foot, at least to them. So here we go. Long break. Xavier down by 2 possessions. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. And a jump ball, the arrow with DePaul. And Blue Demon fans everywhere saying, ball don't lie.
Wow. Gunn, I think, was fired up. He felt like that call was wrong. He was ready to defend Trey Carroll. And Trey Carroll was going to put his head down and try to put Gunn in the rim. That was a pretty nice sequence of competitive juice from CJ Gunn.
Trying to lob it in. What a catch for Smith.
And only 1 team foul for Xavier. So you can really ratchet it up if you're the X-Men here. You don't want to get out of position and gamble, but on the ball, you can be aggressive.
And Messina Moore stopping blocker in his tracks. Not necessarily the aggressiveness you're talking about there, but he did stop the downhill drive.
But it was too late in the clock. When you get late in the clock, it's more about having a little defensive awareness of the shot clock. If you're going to get aggressive on the ball, maybe earlier in the possession. Again, I'm not saying foul, but you can just ratchet it up a little bit. Mismatch here. Macklin going to attack. You got to get some movement.
Carroll the switch. Macklin rolls off. Borovichinen has it.
2 missed layups from DePaul.
Walker a little bit sped up. Gunn trying to tie him up.
Got no timeout. Got to move.
Carroll cut off on the baseline. Lost it, got it back, floats, and scores.
Not a lot you can do with that. He can make those little flip shots.
Blocker with a lane, the kick, extra pass, Gunn.
This place is going to explode with a made basket.
Xavier's been down by as many as 18. And Messina Moore loses it. I mean, Xavier's had so many opportunities to really get this close in a costly turnover.
Tough one. As you see, Trey Carroll just doing what he does best. That's finding a way to put the ball in the basket. And the reality is, DePaul, they've gotten 2 layups they've missed and a wide open 3 from Gunn.
Almost another steal.
That was a good example of where to get aggressive.
Yep.
You know, if you foul there, it's no big deal. Now
2 minutes to go here, Nick. Timeout for DePaul.
Final timeout for Chris Holtman.
Richard Pitino trying to urge Messina Moore on after that turnover. Neither team with a timeout. Only 2 fouls on Xavier, 5 on DePaul. So neither team in the bonus yet.
Well, again, DePaul has gotten a couple of layups, couldn't finish, got an open 3 off the penetration from Blocker on that last possession. So the quality of shots over the last 2-3 possessions have been pretty good. Very similar situation that DePaul found themselves a moment ago. I think there was 9 on the shot clock. Now there's 10, and on that possession, they were able to get Gunn all the way to the basket for an opportunity. It certainly come back to a look like that. If you're Xavier, you just got to dig in, talk on any switch, and guard the basketball.
And this 14-2 run for Xavier's been over an 8-minute span. Yeah. It has been a slog, and they've just slowly chipped away at it. Xavier's used to that kind of run in 2 minutes.
Yes, it's not like this thing's been erased in a hurry. DePaul's offense has just come to a screeching halt. There's been some turnovers. There's been some missed shots like we've talked about. Yeah, this thing has just been a slow and steady chip away or eroded that lead from the X-Men.
It feels like for Xavier, this is one you circled as a must-win at home with UConn and St. John's, the 2 toughest games in the league on the road coming up.
Keep an eye on C.J. Gunn. He is on that left block right now. Isaiah Walker is guarding him. You imagine he'll be involved. Here he comes.
Only 10 to shoot. There's 2 minutes to go. Nearly lost it. 5 of the timer. Blocker. Tight defense. Blocker couldn't rein it in.
C.J. Gunn's little bobble blew up the play. It was supposed to be an ISO drive for him.
Borovichinen. Floater goes. 2-point game.
Again, both teams out of timeouts. You got to problem solve on the floor yourself.
Gunn attacking. Missed again. Point blank layups not going for DePaul. Chance to tie or take the lead. Carroll. A foul. Trey Carroll can tie it at the line with just over a minute to go.
Philip Borovichinen has got that size, 6'9", can just rise up over Leighton Blocker. And then Trey Carroll, this is the kind of mentality I love to see him with. Don't be denied, don't be stopped. Go attack, put it on the official to blow the whistle. And now he's at the free throw line. But my goodness, DePaul has gotten some easy shots and just can't finish.
Carroll up to 21 points. He's a 65% free throw shooter. But money today. It's short, got it back, chance for the lead. Carroll off the heel, volleyball. There's a foul call, and it's against DePaul. What a sequence.
You Knew it was going to take an effort getting ratcheted up a notch, and Xavier has done that.
That's the 7th on DePaul. It is 1-1 for Milicevic. Down by 18 in the second half. It is a tie game. Xavier leads their first of the game. Foul the other way. Richard Pitino saying that's fine, no problem. That's just the 3rd on Xavier.
Trying to make it tough to get in. Got caught holding.
This comeback has started on the defensive end.
Absolutely,
Xavier, no doubt.
Absolutely. This ball's got to get to C.J. Gunn one way or another. Got to get him involved in the action.
Gunn in the right corner, slip inside. Benson missed it. That has crushed DePaul in the waning moments.
DePaul, consultant saying no fouls, defend the possession out. Got a little over a 10-second difference, shot and game clock.
No timeouts for either team.
Gunn's got to make the catch tough for Trey Carroll if it's going to go to him.
Borovicinen, step back, nails it.
Well, this has been quite the surge from Xavier. Well, once again, DePaul got all the way to the basket on the nice pick and roll with Benson, and a great contest from Walker. Benson can't get it to go down. And then Borovicinen, a little step back. Big time from the New Mexico transfer. I think the stoppage here is, I'd imagine, for the clock, because obviously neither team has a timeout. Boy, DePaul has gotten all the way to the basket a couple of times and just can't get it to go down. That was great effort from Walker.
And it's been their best players getting to the rim,
yes,
too, with Gunn and Benson. But the toughness inside for Xavier has led them all the way back with a remarkable 15-0 run. 16.3 on the clock, no timeouts for either team.
This is where fouls to give is really important. Xavier has 3 fouls to give. You want to be sure you're not doing it in the act of shooting. This is where that is really going to loom large.
Keep your eyes on 11, C.J. Gunn, top scorer for DePaul. Here comes Gunn, elevating for 3. Nails it! Oh, goodness! We are tied. 8 seconds. Borovicinen with 5. Borovicinen spinning for the win. Yes, sir! Muskie magic at Cintas.
Borovicinen, the closer this afternoon for Xavier. Good defense, better offense. 6'9", rising up, knocking it down. What an incredible comeback from Xavier. Wow. Just remarkable. You wanted to foul. C.J. Gunn's able to get loose, knocks down to 3. You have the presence of mind to think next play. You get it to Borovichinen, who just knocked down a tough mid-range shot. He gets to his spot and rises up. Incredible from Borovichinen. Hey, Jack, it's where size makes a difference. Borovichinen, all of 6'9", able to rise up over C.J. Gunn. That was remarkable.
An insane comeback. And don't forget, Gunn put the pressure on with an amazing three to tie it. But Borovichinen delivering in the clutch. A game Xavier had to have at home. And they are locked with DePaul in a four-way tie at 4-7 in the Big East. This league is just absurd. That's going to do it for us. For Nick Bond and our entire crew, I'm Jack Kaiser. After the break, we'll send you to Vegas for Mountain West Women's Basketball, Colorado State, UNLV.